that looks right. Okay. Get right into this. Alright, so if you remember correctly, we were kind of befuddled as to what to do. And here's what we have to do. We have to go talk to Mr. Fabulous for some reason. And he's like, oh, you should talk to this person, and they will tell you how to get into the Gaffer's room. So here you are, Happy New Year. Alright, everything's working. See, there's really no reason why this guy should know anything about Gaffer.
Sounds as though there are all kinds of cool things behind that door at the theater marked Gaffer. Any idea how I can get into it?
All I know is that the Ice Queen, Consuela, has the key and she won't let anyone have it.
No worries. I'll use my natural charisma to sweet-talk her into giving me the key. I could charm the birds from the trees. Right, Mel?
Absolutely, mate. It's just a shame that your skills have no effect on humans. And when I say no effect, I'm not counting a slapped face or a knee in the ghoulies.
Okay, that is all we needed to do.
See you later.
So now we can go back, talk to Consuela, and get in there and win the contest. Or at least make it to the next phase of the game. Meow. Why isn't there a sound effect when you travel? That sounds like a great thing they should have had. What sort of sound does the Patriot Mobile make?
I really need the key for that door over there.
Yes.
And I really need to keep my job.
No, you don't.
There must be something you want. Maybe I could get it for you.
Well, I have always wanted something from Stefan.
Boy, are you ever barking up the wrong tree, love.
No,
He
no, no,
produces
no.
this other show with singers. I would love to get an audition for that show, but Stefan won't let me out from behind his damn desk. If you could persuade him to give me an audition, maybe I could turn a blind eye while the key went missing.
I'm on it, like Smug on Jay Leno.
And there
I
we
should
go.
let you get back to work.
Everything will be smooth sailing. This being an adventure game, we can do the first thing that comes to mind and just talk straight to the guy and say, hey, let her do the singing.
Your receptionist really wants to try out for your singing contest.
I know she does, but it would put me in an awkward position if I let her audition.
Oh, right. Because you wouldn't want to reject her after working with her for so long.
No, I mean when I tell her how bloody ghastly her singing is, she won't want to go back and finish my typing.
You're a real gent, you know that.
That is a problem.
Please let the receptionist have an audition.
Why? Has she promised to go to bed with you if I say yes? That's what she usually offers people.
I'll
I
have
think
you.
you've been shafted, mate. Pardon the pun.
No, she hasn't. You wouldn't want people to think you're mean, though, would you?
My entire career depends on people thinking I'm mean.
Must be a terrible
And
life.
straight.
I don't like you.
What would it take to get the receptionist an audition?
Divine intervention.
That doesn't sound so bad. All I need is a little help from God.
Bear in mind, this comes from a man who thinks he is God.
Divine.
That don't-
Okay.
Bear in...
I'll be...
Now, if I'm remembering this...
You were in that...
That's just one of the shows.
Dude.
Oh, yeah. Come
Hey, bud.
Okay, so now we need to go back in here and examine the files. Dig up some dirt, as it is.
I'm sure that...
You bet your ass they are.
I bet there's some juicy material in there. Dark secrets, skeletons in closets, My conspiracy meter is going off the charts.
I wonder if there's anything in there Stefan wouldn't want people to see.
Stefan?
Nah, that's just too easy.
My mind literally boggles when I try to imagine what might be kept in this file cabinet.
Your mind can keep boggling because you're never going to find out.
Pop-O-Matic pops the
I'm
dice.
sure they're all locked.
You bet your ass they are. And there's no way you're getting the key.
I wouldn't ask if it wasn't important.
Why? Why should I give you the key?
Well, for the one reason that
Do you want this
like.
audition or not? I've tried pleading with Stefan, but he's not buying.
Stefan.
On the other hand,
Ladies and
if we
gentlemen,
had a
he's
little
Stefan.
motivational material.
I don't know about doing something unethical.
Fortunately, we know a lot about doing something unethical. You might even call it a speciality.
That's problematic when you're a
Help
superhero.
us help you. To help us.
Okay, but you have to keep me out of this completely. Anything you look at has to go right back again. It has to look as though you found it independent of me.
Alright. Let's see, is that an item? Let's... Yes. Here we go. Opening up the file cabinet. Never before has such file cabinets been so
Mostly
exciting.
Accounts and financial papers. Nothing very exciting.
Oh.
What were you expecting? Compromising photographs?
Yeah, you're right. He'd never keep those in a file cabinet.
Whoa! Penelope gets paid 5 times as much as Kirk.
Well, she does have to kiss Stefan for a photo opportunity once a year. I'd say she's earning every cent.
Boo.
That could be it. Kirk is very insecure about women. Professionally. It will really set the cat amongst the pigeons if you showed this to Kirk.
That sounds great. Thanks for the help. Hey Mel, maybe we could just use this to blackmail Stefan into letting me win the contest. Forget all the other stuff.
That's devious, disloyal, and dishonourable. I like the way you think. Although if you aim too high, you might find he just calls your bluff and we get nothing.
That would be a problem.
Yeah, I guess you're right. We'll just let the receptionist get her audition. We get a free pass on the 3rd and final test, and I'm into boot camp.
You know, why would you need
Thanks for
superhero
the
boot
help.
camp? If you're a superhero,
I
you
didn't
already
help
know
you.
how to do the things, right?
Yeah, you did. You just... Oh, that's right. You didn't help me.
Alright. Is that an item 2? Let's see, you got some toilet paper. No, okay. We'll just do a little talking here.
A job with a major TV network like this must come with a pretty huge salary, right?
Sure, but what I love most about this job is finding talented people and giving them a chance in life. It's what the American dream is all about. I don't do this for the money.
Oh.
That's a relief.
Phew.
Why is that?
Nothing. I was just thinking that if you were the kind of guy who was only in it for the money,
It would probably come as some kind of soul-crushing, ego-annihilating bombshell if you were to learn that Penelope and Stefan...
I get the impression that you boys want something from me.
Really? What could two naive, impressionable young men want from you? On second
wonder.
thoughts, enough about the tabloids. You were in the middle of offering us a bribe.
What do I have to do to make this conversation go away?
give the receptionist an audition in your singing show.
Done.
Like a kipper.
Let's go and tell the receptionist she got
How do you
her
cook a
audition.
kipper, by the way?
Just make sure she doesn't
thought you
quit
just
when
ate
she
them
fails
raw.
that audition.
Hey guys, what was all that about soul-crushing, ego-annihilating bombshells?
Oh, it's the next TV show.
Oh,
Don't
it's
worry
not
about it.
important now.
Yeah, we were just going to discuss your German singing career.
Thanks for all the help, dude.
Achievement unlocked. I have to go back and do another one of those. We got some mutually exclusive achievements in this game. Nothing too difficult, thankfully.
I managed to get Stefan to give you an audition.
I can't help but dance sometimes.
You kept me out of it, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Absolutely. He has no idea who betrayed him hideously just to advance their own career prospects.
That would be himself, right?
You're not going to make me feel guilty. He makes me do his laundry.
You.
Really? What's left for Sunita to do?
So, can I have the key to the gaffer's room now?
Okay, try not to get caught going in there, though. Stefan could still take away my audition if he finds out I helped you.
Alright.
I should let you.
Alright. So, key.
This is the key to the gaffer door. It seems like there could be some cool stuff in there to help me to adjust the contest in my favor.
You know, whenever I hear you finding clever euphemisms for lying, cheating and stealing, I just know you've been watching C-SPAN's live coverage of the Senate.
Useful. So, what amazing
Fine.
wonders
We
awaits
get
us
into the gaffer's
in the
office.
gaffer's office?
Call this an office? It's just a cupboard.
I don't know, it's bigger than my first apartment when I moved to New York.
Stefan doesn't let anyone have offices anymore. He says it's bad for the ego.
What would he know about
yeah,
it?
his.
Alright, we've got some invisible wire.
It's a reel of invisible wire.
If it's invisible, how come I can see it?
Invisible ink is invisible too, but it doesn't mean you can't see the bloody pen.
Well, let's just pilfer. Yeah.
This seems like it could be useful.
I can think of a couple of dozen things I'd like to use it for, and only 17 of them are illegal.
Now, what do we got here?
Do you think this might come in handy?
Spray can?
Have you ever known glue to not come in handy in an adventure game?
This is a good point.
Good point.
And finally, a box.
The box is full of those snap hooks with eyelets. I think they're used in climbing or something.
And they must be really reliable because a theatre would never let people fly around on wires dressed as superheroes if they weren't 100% safe.
I'll just take one.
Yeah, if that one breaks, you won't be in a position to need a second one.
Sorry, did you say something?
Me? Nope.
Okay, now what? We can do some combining, I think. Alright, so I think we do combining. Let's try the combining
The
bits.
smaller of the two eyelets on this hook is just a little bit bigger than the flight on the crossbow bolt.
What could you attach that bolt to that would help us to control the trajectory it takes after I fire it from the crossbow?
Nice.
A remote control helicopter?
I like the way he
Your
thinks.
brain works in some very strange ways, my friend. If that thing your brain does could indeed be described as working.
So let's do some item combining. Yes. Glue.
Can we not go gluing everything to everything else before we've got a plan figured out?
It's just that
I understand the temptation, really. I just think that covering random items in permanent glue before we know what we're going to do with them might be a little premature.
fine.
Okay, so... Aha. Oh. Aha. Okay.
What are you putting that on the wire for?
If I hook this over the wire, it will let whatever is in the eyelet slide along the invisible wire.
It would work better if you threaded something through the eyelet before you hooked it onto the wire.
Yeah, I guess that would make more sense.
Okay, so we will do the combining of this like that first. There we go.
Does it fit?
Sort of. I've threaded the crossbow bolt through the eyelet, but the flight won't fit.
That's kind of the point.
I don't get it.
It stops the bolt going straight through the eyelet.
Which stops it from going straight through my head?
By Jove, I think he's got it.
So now,
I like the idea, but not yet, mate.
Why not?
You haven't got the apple on the wire yet. If you don't line them up properly, the arrow won't end up in the apple. And an arrow just hovering in mid-air might look a bit suspicious.
meanwhile, the judges are down
Should've
there
thought
thinking,
this
what
through
are
a
they
little
talking
more."
about?
This and
Alright, fine. So we're gonna do... Aha!
Threading a length of invisible wire through an apple is difficult.
you'd almost think that it hadn't been created with this purpose in mind.
No. This
Okay,
is an
it's
adventure
done.
game. Of course
now
this is
have
how
a
it's
length
done.
of invisible wire with the apple threaded onto it.
Now, if you can just find a way to attach the arrow to the wire, you've got a foolproof method of ensuring the arrow hits the apple and not your noggin. And I use the word foolproof in its most fate-tempting sense.
I think their lips are flapping a little bit too much for this to be telekinesis.
You're not actually going to balance the apple on your head, are you? Because you have all the coordination of a bovine male who's out buying fine porcelain for his good lady wife.
Good point. I better find a way to make sure it stays on my head.
Oh, so this is what the glue is for, huh? Alright.
As we discussed previously,
No, I'm going to use it to stick the apple to my hat.
of course you are. Why are you going to do that exactly?
Come on, Mel, you
Make
have all
sure
the
that
answers.
The apple can't fall off my head. The arrow is going to pass along the invisible wire, but if the apple falls off midway through,
Arrow, face, bloody mess. Got it. Carry on.
Now for my next magical trick.
okay, I've hooked the crossbow bolt onto the invisible wire, and it lines up with the apple.
Alright.
I'm impressed.
I did a good job, huh?
Yeah, you haven't threaded it through your jacket, your hand, or anything.
Is it ready to go now?
I believe it is. Just put the bolt into the crossbow when you're ready to get started. Then we can start setting it up.
Well, this is a very dangerous thing. We're going to do a little save here. There we go. Yes. Okay. I think we can do this. Action.
Don't get me wrong, you've done a great job of rigging up that arrow and crossbow. Even I think this might actually work, and I lost all faith in humanity when I learned that Greedo shot first.
So what's wrong then?
Well, you can't just go motoring in there and start rigging up invisible wire, gluey apples and hooked crossbow bolts while the judges are watching. Penelope might not notice since her head is wedged permanently up Stefan's backside, but I'm pretty sure the others will.
But this is an adventure game.
Oh,
Come
right.
on, man.
So we need some kind of distraction to get the judges out of the auditorium?
I would say so, yep.
Well, I never. Just gonna have to, pull the fire alarm, I guess.
Let's do this thing.
Let's.
While everyone is out of the theater, we can set up the rigged crossbow and apple without anyone knowing what we did.
Consuela's like, what did you say?
Bonus.
Oh, come on. You can run faster than that. Like another day at the office.
Phew, we just got it all done before the judges got back into the theater.
Consuela, keep an eye out for anyone tampering with the fire alarm. The firefighters say there was no fire and that someone tampered with the alarm out there. If you see that nerdy English kid, tell him I got my eye on him.
He's got his eye on you.
Crikey, I thought he preferred 'em younger than me.
Dun dun dun!
Ready, mate?
This is completely safe, right?
No.
Remember that time we went bungee jumping?
Yeah, I narrowly missed banging my head on that rock, only to get tied up in the bungee cord and nearly garroted myself.
Yeah, well, it's not as safe as that, but on the plus side, you're due a bit of good luck, aren't you?
Maybe this was a bad idea.
No, you'll be fine.
Relax, mate, it'll be fine.
You're a main
But we know
character.
the arrow will land in the apple, don't we?
Well, yeah.
And we know the apple can't come off the top of your head, don't we?
Right.
So that's all that matters, isn't it?
You're right, Mel. Thanks. As long as both of those things are assured, nothing can possibly go wrong.
Cut to things going
Exactly.
wrong. Yes. Oh, oh. Did a double load there. Alright. Test of...
I'm ready
Bravery.
to perform my feat of bravery.
Excuse me.
About time. I was beginning to think you'd sneaked out the back door.
No way!
I'm not sure you're one to be judging people for using the rear entrance in any case.
But Tish.
I'll ignore that.
And have it edited out of the final cut, no doubt.
Can we begin?
By all means, show us what you're made of.
That's the one thing I was hoping not to do.
That is a huge apple. What did... I dare say that hat is rather tight upon his head. Oh, it came off. Not the hat, the apple.
Can we rebuild him? Do we have the technology?
I can patch him up. But is that what he really wants?
Oh, come on now.
Knowing the big fella, what he really wants is a chili dog with extra onions and a NASCAR subscription, but I think he'll settle for being repaired.
Are you sure that's his wish? Would he want to be a drain on society?
He's been on
Whoa,
unemployment,
look at that
workman's
paragraph.
comp and food stamps since the day he turned 18. He spends his welfare checks on alcohol, video games, soft porn magazines and pizza. A TV documentary concluded that he was the dregs of humanity and that his seed should be wiped from the earth. And Montel is not known for his vicious rhetoric. Does it sound to you like he wants to be a drain on society?
Most people wouldn't like to think of their friends and loved ones waiting on them hand and foot.
He visits his grandmother at her retirement home once a week. She takes his laundry down to the washroom while he sits in her room watching Wheel of Fortune and eating butterscotch. I think he can cope.
Brain damage can be a very debilitating condition. It's torturous for the relatives to watch as the brain function slowly ebbs away. Eventually, there's nothing left but a drooling husk slumped in an armchair eating corn chips.
Oh, that's normal.
Crikey.
That's right. Makes you think, doesn't it?
Yeah, it makes me think he's had brain damage for as long as I've known him.
All I'm saying is give death a chance.
And all I'm saying is get the hell away from him, you freaky death woman.
Fine, fine. Bury your head in the sand.
Is that another one of your treatment methods?
Take away her medical license. Shake fist.
Now, at this point, I have a little confession to make.
I think we all saw this coming. Closet doors are opening.
I told you earlier there were 3 tests to pass. There's actually a 4th.
Hey, no fair changing the rules, retro thingally.
In my defense,
You
I
stood
never
up.
imagined in my wildest
It's
dreams
good.
that someone dressed like a 1970s ringmaster was going to pass the first 3 tests. Besides, it's not so much of a test as a promo. We like to film a bit of extra footage for the behind-the-scenes DVD we release each year.
We just need you to fly for us.
Long haul or domestic?
Human-powered flight, buddy. Not for long. Just 10 seconds of flight in front of our backdrop.
Oh, come on.
I'm not really cut out for this test. Maybe I could try an alternate test?
Normally I'd say no. So no. I'll grant you I've seen rocks that were more aerodynamic than you are. Nevertheless, these are the same tests we have every year. You either pass them or you go home.
But not every superhero can fly.
I'll pass it.
That's... yeah. Alright.
I think this is just here to make the...
Well, Mel, I need some help. Not the flying
Now,
type.
Do you have a minute? I need help.
Oh, wait. You're Vin.
The receptionist won't take bribes.
I know. I already offered her $200 to... My leisure budget is not your main concern right now.
If we can't corrupt her, how are we going to get that vent switched on?
When does air conditioning switch on?
When I switch the radio on.
Leaving aside the excellent job our landlord did of rewiring the lounge, when does it normally come on?
When it gets really hot.
So find a way to make it really hot in here. One that doesn't involve taking off all your clothes.
I was going to make that joke.
Dude, I can't fly. How am I going to pass this test?
Are you absolutely sure you can't fly? I mean, you've never actually tried it, right?
This is a good point.
I've never tried sword swallowing, but I'm not about to just shove one down there.
Maybe it's a latent skill. You've only got to stay airborne for 10 seconds. Do you think you could manage that?
Maybe. If I jumped from the Empire State Building, how long before I would hit the ground?
Long enough to have regrets. Let's rethink this.
Thanks, Mel. Talk. It's part of this.
You have underfloor.
Well, I don't really have anything to make things hot, do I?
It's a what?
Yes, I know it is a wad of toilet paper. We have a pencil and a wad of toilet
Part of the
paper.
studio's air.
Why, it's Captain Cold! Well, we're gonna have to do all of the talking, I think. This is as far as I've gotten before.
Lady, please. I really need your help.
I'm sorry I can't help you. I have scruples.
Oh man, I am so sorry. I hope you get over it soon.
Balloons?
Fortunately, that particular
Filled
disease
with
has been
hot
almost
air.
entirely eradicated in my country.
That would be almost sensible. Let's see here. Super health is he.
Have you entered the contest before?
I get through to semifinals, but I was victim of xenophobia.
What?
Yeah, Lucy Lawless frightens me too.
American audience vote for American superhero and villain. Russians don't get lucky.
Russia isn't in America?
How many times have I told you to stop watching the Sarah Palin show? Although even I doubted your ability to get dumber, it seems it was possible after all.
So if you made it through to the semifinals, you must have passed the flying test?
No one told you how to cheat flying test?
You're going to make me complete some kind of task before you tell me, aren't you?
Hell no, what kind of asshole does that? There is air conditioning vent underneath stage. He's right underneath set you have to fly in front of. When running at full power, it creates enough updraft to support weight of person.
Wow.
That's convenient. Almost like someone intentionally arranged this whole chain of events in order to form some kind of highly amusing and excellent value for money puzzle game.
So how do we get the air vent blasting then?
I've no idea. Last year I bribed stage manager to do it for me.
Great, where is he?
Probably in welfare line somewhere. Got sacked for taking bribes.
Sometimes life giveth with the one hand and shoveth something hard up thine back passage with the other. Eh, mate?
Thing is, I haven't even seen anything else to play with. Though, right. Make things hot. Well, let's just get Mr. Fabulous over here onto a stage, yes? No. Darn, nothing new there. Well, maybe we can poke the judges, specifically the dumb one, to do something, eh? Let's double check with Miss Bleeding Heart Detective here first. And yeah, xenophobia. Yeah.
Have you ever entered the contest before? Did you reach boot camp?
Yeah, I got through to the semifinal 2 years ago.
What happened?
I was eliminated because I didn't have a penis.
Always something in the fine print, isn't there?
Yeah.
I mean, this contest is run by misogynists.
Lousy foreigners. So if you got through to boot camp, you must have passed the flight test, right?
Yes, of course. I've been able to fly since I was a young girl.
Come off it. No one can really fly.
Maybe it depends how much excess luggage you're carrying.
Awkward pause there.
You've already passed that test, mate. I wouldn't be surprised if you've still got the tinnitus to prove it.
It's tinnitus. Never mind.
I should probably...
Alright, she has nothing to say. He has nothing to say. And... well, I could just butter him up.
It's a wad of
If we bought the quilted...
Yes, yes. Huh. There's a distinct lack of heating implements. Maybe in the bathroom. Use bathroom. No, not like that, idiot. Nope. Strange. Just a toilet. And... well... nothing I can click on. Oh, wait. A thermostat. It...
Has a medical professional ever discussed with you the possibility of undiagnosed epilepsy?
Ahem.
It's a thermostat. Its current setting is ice cold.
Well, I'll be.
I wonder what would happen to the air conditioning if you turn this up to red hot.
I don't know, but that's sort of backwards? It's an adventure game. Backwards works.
There's a grate over it to stop people from changing the settings. No, it's no good. I can't get my fat fingers between the bars.
That's because your fat fingers have been getting around too many candy bars.
You're really forcing it there, Mel. Well, luckily, we have this skinnier implement, I think.
Warm, very warm, hot, red hot. Right, it's on. I can't believe it's not hotter.
If anyone out there works in advertising or marketing, kill yourself. Just saying.
heavens, it's getting hot. I have to go cool down.
Does she just have a button? I wonder.
Dude, what if she notices the thermostat? She might turn it down again.
You brought the pencil with you. She won't be able to reach it.
I guess.
Besides, at her age, she probably thinks it's her first hot flush.
Just ignore that one.
Phew, that's better.
I can't see anything different.
Me neither. I wonder what she did to cool down.
Let's just not ask. Hey, all right. I think it's time to fly.
All right, I'll show you guys how to fly. Get the cameras rolling.
Fine, roll cameras. I have a good feeling about this. Mark it for the blooper reel.
Da 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 da.
Excellent work, mate.
Meow.
I don't believe it. He must be cheating.
Nobody likes a sore loser.
People like whatever I tell them to like. How else do you explain Cheryl Cole?
Vanity Fair.
Whoa! This is awesome!
And off.
Might want to downplay the surprise a bit, mate. They're already suspicious of you.
I think we should have an adjudicator make sure it's genuine.
Yeah, I've never seen a creature that big flying outside of a Disney cartoon.
Consuela, could you come in here, please?
Meow.
Consuela, be a dear and go and check our flying friend, would you? I want to make sure he's not on a wire or something.
Meow.
Whoa, baby, this rocks!
Well, it's been more than 10 seconds. You can stop the cameras now. Yeah, no cheating.
Mate, I think we might have cranked the thermostat up a bit too much. This fan is really kicking up fierce. Look out!
Ouch.
Tell me what you remember, Kyle.
Please don't call me that. You'll give away my secret identity.
Suddenly, new voice.
Okay. What should I call you?
Call me the Purple Patriot, sworn to protect the citizens of New York from the scum of the universe.
Are you sure there's no conflict of interest there? Just ask him.
You're not in any state to be protecting citizens. You took a nasty blow to the head.
Nonsense! My super healing has already healed all of my injuries.
I think winning the contest has gone to your head, mate. Along with innumerable large heavy objects. You don't really have superpowers, and could you knock off that heroic voice?
I don't understand, old chum. This is how the Purple Patriot always speaks.
Have you got that hat on too tight or something?
This is fascinating. He seems to be experiencing a psychotic episode.
He's not a test case, you know. That's my mate.
No time to stand here prattling, trusty sidekick.
Well,
there are supervillains
yes.
that need clobbering. Starting with that damn commie in the green room.
He's not a
I
villain.
think he's gone, mate. Besides, he wasn't doing anyone any harm.
Not doing anyone any harm? He's a goddamn communist! And the worst
Language.
kind of communist at that. A foreign communist.
Well, at least he's patriotic.
Well, you don't get a lot of homegrown ones.
Damn
Yeah.
immigrant supervillains are the reason our streets aren't safe for American supervillains anymore. They come over here, stealing our spandex, screwing our superheroines, and providing cheap foreign labor to American crime syndicates. Then they start crying racism the first time a gang of men in white hoods viciously beats them half to death. It's political correctness gone mad.
All right, mate, calm down. You weren't complaining about foreign labour when that Korean kid hooked you up to free ESPN, were you? Anyway, he's gone now, so there's no need to excite yourself.
What about that fruit in the tutu? Is he still here?
What did you just say?
Well, if I'm going to give some villain a beating, it might as well be that fruit with his eye makeup and his immaculately groomed facial hair and his lithe, muscular thighs and taut, impossibly perky buttocks.
Come on, Kyle, this is not
Dude,
the way.
he wasn't even a villain. He was a hero. And how do you know so much about his thighs and buttocks anyway?
Never mind that. There are criminals out there doing things that the Bible doesn't approve of. We need to get out there and...
This may be the most sudden breakdown that I've ever witnessed. Does your friend self-medicate?
Not unless Skittles count as medication.
Can the psychobabble, sister? The men are talking. Now, why don't you go and do what a nurse is supposed to do? Carry the doctor's instruments for him. And do something about your makeup while you're at it. You look a sight.
Gee, he lost all tact. Hopefully we can knock that out of him. It's not very patriotic.
Oh God, it's worse than I thought. He hasn't lost his mind or had a breakdown. He's become a Republican.
Hurry, old chum! To the Patriot Mobile!
We came on the metro, mate. Remember?
Excellent idea. We can strike a blow against street crime as we travel.
Well, it's a good spot to get mugged, I'll give you that. You go and get changed. I'll meet you in the car park.
Changed?
Can't change out of my costume, my friend. I have a secret identity to protect.
Yeah, it's just that, dressed like that, you're going to get almost as much attention as that busker that plays harmonica for people and then vomits on the ones that don't pay him.
That's
I
impressive.
understand your concerns, but I have a responsibility to my devoted fans. If we start gathering a lot of attention, I'll just have to stop and sign a few autographs.
Just be careful you don't sign any commitment papers.
Are we... Oh.
Too late. I've just finished the paperwork. I'm having you committed to the Lakeview Psychiatric Hospital for evaluation.
It's probably for the best.
Not bloody likely. Come on, mate, leg it.
No, old friend. Not this time. These papers appear to be legitimate, and the Purple Patriot is nothing if he doesn't observe the rule of law.
Well,
I don't remember
okay.
you saying that when we hopped the turnstiles at Rockefeller Center.
Shush.
I was in pursuit of a felon.
Oh, that's true. I was in front of you. Look, mate, you can't let Nurse Kevorkian here bundle you off to the nut house. Before you know it, she'll have you out of your straitjacket and into a nice, comfortable coffin.
Sorry, Melvin, but my mind is made up. I'm going to Bellevue.
Lakeview.
That too.
Yeah. Well, this is new. I guess we're Mel. Do some walking here. Yes. I'll just safety save here. Big things have happened.
There's a curtain pulled right the way around the bed. They're probably trying to give Kyle a quiet area with a bit of privacy to begin his recovery. Either that or the glare from his costume was keeping the other patients awake.
That's funny. It was spandex, not, sequins.
Do you mind if I pull this back?
Yes.
Yes, Kyle needs to rest.
Just so long as you haven't put him to sleep.
We've got a basin.
The tap is dripping.
That's a sink.
I'm trying to pretend it doesn't bother me, but the hair on the back of my neck is standing up.
Examine.
It's that death-obsessed nurse from the auditions. She's unprofessional, mentally unstable, and shouldn't be left in charge of a hot dog stand, let alone a ward full of patients. On the other hand, she's got a great pair of legs.
She'd fit right in Skullgirls.
Have you had a chance to examine Kyle yet?
I've tried, but he's not being very cooperative.
I don't understand.
He's refusing to let me examine him. He says that women, quote, shouldn't worry their pretty little heads about important things like medicine, unquote. And that he wants to see a doctor. A male doctor.
Well.
I wanted to apologise for those chauvinist comments Kyle made. He's definitely not feeling himself. Under normal circumstances, you couldn't have kept him away from a woman in a nurse's uniform. Plus, all the condescending sexism isn't him at all. I mean, he was a bit of a horn dog, but he wasn't a misogynist by any means.
Language.
That's not all. I'm afraid there was an altercation on the way out of the theater.
Oh dear.
What's this about an altercation? You mean he got a bit fruity with you?
No, nothing like that. In fact, he made it very clear that he didn't approve of my, quote, slutty outfit. He tried to pick a fight with one of the other contestants.
Oh, the big Russian. Yeah, he seems to have a hard-on for communism all of a sudden.
Or anti-communism, as the case may be.
Brain reprogramming and regressed about 30 years to when the Cold War was a bit less lukewarm.
No. He tried to strangle a man who was dressed flamboyantly.
We met him earlier, but Kyle's normally very tolerant, even supportive of alternative
darn rude.
lifestyles. He figures it means less competition for the straight girls. I'm really concerned about all these prejudices he seems to have found. What do you think could cause it?
Maybe he always had them, and something happened in his brain to diminish his inhibitions.
I dunno. He never struck me as having a lot of inhibitions. I mean, this was a guy who did his washing in the nude.
Washing
A
what?
lot of people strip off when they wash their clothes.
Yeah, but he has to walk a block and a half to get to the laundromat.
Yeah.
Is Kyle behind that curtain? Can I open it?
He is behind it, but I'd prefer it if you let him rest. He's had a very distressing day.
I know. I was there when you tried to kill him.
3 times.
I did no such thing. I merely wanted to ensure that we didn't needlessly extend his suffering.
Well, given what a distressing day he's had, don't you think it might be good for him to see a familiar face?
I suppose that idea has some merit. Very well. You can open the curtain. But please try not to get him excited.
I'm not sure anything short of a public execution could get him excited at the moment. I should probably get back to the big fella.
Do the characters
Just
ever
try to keep
blink?
his heart rate steady.
It's hard to do that with someone who eats donut burgers for breakfast.
Sugar and protein.
Time to pay some attention to that man behind the curtain.
Ta-da!
Okay, where is he, Nurse Malpractice?
Oh dear.
What do you mean?
I mean, what have you done with my friend? You were intent on euthanizing the big fella, weren't you? He was the picture of health when he came in.
Now for my next magical
Picture
trick.
of health?
Well, maybe not the picture of health. It's true that he clogged arteries as easily as he clogged toilets. He got out of breath tying his shoelaces, and the most exercise he ever got was when he had to reach up to the top shelf to reach the peanut butter cups. Nevertheless, he could, nay would, have lived a long and pointless life were it not for your death fetish.
Please calm down. I assure you I haven't done anything to your friend. He was perfectly fine when I closed the curtain, apart from a little bit of dizziness.
So where is he then?
Perhaps he's gone for a scan. Or maybe he went to the bathroom.
Or maybe he jumped out the window!
The tap... Kyle, are you in there?
Yes, old friend, I'm here.
Oh dear.
Are you alright?
I'm having a stroke.
Oh God, sorry mate, I'll come back in 5 minutes.
Phew.
No, I mean an actual stroke. A brain attack.
Gasp.
Hang about mate, I'll get you out of there. I already know he's in there, but brute force is not my area of expertise. I'll have to use my head to get the door open.
Well, what's
Don't
wrong with
do
the
that,
door?
old friend. Frequent head injuries are how I ended up in this mess in the first place.
So what's wrong with the door?
Judging by the location, the symbol on the door, and the overwhelming smell of urine and feces, I'm going to go out on a limb and suggest that this door leads to the toilet. or possibly a telephone booth.
Or both. Nurse, we have an emergency. No, turn off your music. This is important.
You seem busy. Business or pleasure?
No, I'm only filling out death certificates.
Oh, bit of both then. Kyle's having a stroke in the bathroom.
Well, it's understandable. He's had a stressful day.
No.
We've done that joke. He must have locked it from the inside. Have you got a key?
Yes, but it's only for emergencies.
This is kind of an
One
emergency.
moment. Thin crust, extra pepperoni, double onions. Jalapenos? Hell yes. You do? What's it called? Great. Make me one antisocial and deliver it to the Ladeview Hospital, Ward N7.
Ah, the old
That
pizza
was
trick.
me ordering a pizza. Now I have an emergency to report.
All right. Take the key.
We must save our heroic friend.
Stand back from the door if you can, mate.
I can't even see the door. Everything's gone black. Oh, thank you, old chum. My stroke is going away now.
How can a stroke go away? What happened?
I don't know. I was sitting on the toilet and everything went black all of a sudden.
You don't think it's possible that the light bulb died?
It might seem like that in the cold light of day, but at the time I thought something had popped in my head. You see, I was straining particularly hard because...
Yes, I think I got the picture, thank you. Let's just leave it at that.
The day is saved. Okay.
Judging by the location, the symbol on the door, and the overwhelming smell of
Yes, we did that joke. Can we close the door?
I don't really need a slash at the moment. And for
Ahem.
It's my best friend Kyle. At least it used to be. Just lately, I'm beginning to feel like I don't know him at all. You don't mind if I chat to the big fella for a bit, do you, nurse?
That's fine, but try not to excite him.
If you can't excite him in that black leather number, I'm sure it's beyond me.
Just need to talk about justice.
How are you feeling, mate?
Now that I know the stroke was a false alarm, I'm feeling wonderful.
Good enough.
Surely you knew you couldn't have been having a stroke. The symptoms are pretty distinct.
Well, I once read that a common sign of a stroke is a massive, unexplained headache which comes on suddenly.
Yeah, I can't imagine why you'd have one of them. Nurse Julie says you refused to let her evaluate you.
Of course I did. She's a woman.
Yeah, you noticed that then. Only you're not normally shy about getting undressed in front of a woman. I mean, it's hard to get ticketed for indecent exposure if you are.
I'm not embarrassed. I just want to be evaluated by someone who knows which end of the needle to stick me with. A man.
Ahem.
Let me put it another way. This is the nurse who, on several occasions, thought it was better for you to be dead than have a bit of a headache. If you wait for a male colleague to evaluate you, you'll have to stay here alone with nurse-assisted suicide all night.
Perhaps I have been a bit hasty, old friend. Very well. Tell that healthcare hooker I'll accept her evaluation.
Some people...
Can I ask your opinion on something?
Anything, old friend? What would you like my opinion on?
What do you think about feminism, women's rights?
I agree with Rush Limbaugh. It allows unattractive women easier access to the mainstream of society.
I can see why he would be more concerned with unattractive men getting advantages in life.
Let's just,
I'll let you get...
hurry this along here. I can't take these terrible opinions.
You seem
Who
busy.
knew someone
Business or
patriotic
pleasure?
could be so stupid? Wait, that's sort of the plot of the entire game.
I've talked to the big fella. He's sorry for the way he spoke to you earlier, and he's ready for his evaluation.
Okay, fine. Let me know when you're ready to get started.
Well, let us just do a little save here. There you go.
Okay, Kyle. Are you ready to begin this evaluation?
Get on with it before a real medical practitioner catches you.
Firstly, I need you to tell me your identity.
Well, let us... we've got a choice here. The reason I saved is each one of these has an achievement, I believe. So, let us say the Purple Patriot for now.
You see before you the Purple Patriot, Manhattan's superhero. Kyle is such a committed actor that he sometimes takes weeks to come out of character again.
Isn't that a bit excessive?
This is nothing.
The NYPD thought they had another Jeffrey Dahmer on their hands after he played Titus Andronicus in college.
Subject shows signs of schizophrenia. Note: should contact police regarding possible unsafe conviction in the Bay Harbor butcher case. Next, Kyle, I need you to tell me about your goals in life.
As the Purple Patriot, you want to put an end to all the evil in the world, don't you, mate?
That's right, loyal companion. I want to set the people of South Korea free.
I did.
North Korea, mate.
I want to put an end to capitalism in China.
Communism, mate.
And I want to invade France.
What? Even I'm not going to argue with that.
Possible Walter Mitty syndrome. Definite xenophobia.
I'm not afraid of anything!
Finally, Kyle, I need to ask about your loved ones.
Did she just ask me about my love plums?
No.
Ones.
Who do you love, Kyle?
Oh dear.
He loves America, ma'am.
I love America so much it hurts!
It's just a little rash, mate. You don't need to bother the nurse with that now.
Some indications of PTSD. Okay, the evaluation is complete. I should probably get a tranquilizer ready just in case.
Oh dear.
I'll have one too if you're going. I've got a good feeling about this.
I'm extending Kyle's involuntary commitment indefinitely. It's clear to me that he's suffering from one or more serious psychological disorders. As such, I don't believe it's safe to allow him back into the community until he has been properly diagnosed and has a working treatment regime.
Do something, old friend!
What will happen to the Purple Patriot?
Who
Will he
knows?
escape the clutches of the saturnine Nurse Julie? Why has his personality changed so dramatically? Will Kyle ever get his memories back?
Who is
How
this
do
old
you
guy?
get red wine out of a white shirt at 40 degrees? Some of these questions, or fewer, will be answered in the next issue of the Supreme League of Patriots.
Yeah. The end. Well, I dare say this has been an adventure. An adventure with some troubling statements, to be sure. Yes. Well, we'll just watch these credits for episode 1 with these, well, strange looking things. But yes, I think we will continue this on the next week. And if you don't want to wait that long, remember, you can buy this game and the other chapters on Steam. They are on sale right now. So, yeah. Oh, sorry. I'm supposed to be entertaining. Jokes? Yes. Those were some jokes, I dare say. Yes, that was my chair. At least the music is catchy. Hey, look! These people! We know these people. Too bad there's no, you know, actual dancing in this game. Could be very useful. Dancing. Well, there was that one episode, or when I was doing the thermostat. The good times, about 40 minutes ago. Hey, why isn't my name in here? Ah, okay. Okay, there we go. Episode 1 finished. Tune in next week for more this. Hopefully we can bang that anti-everybody sentiment out of Kyle's head. That would be very useful, I dare say. And yeah, perfect timing. We can just say, hey, it took an hour. Good job. Good job, me. Good job, you, for watching. Oop, wrong one. So, tune in next week where this part 1 will become a part 2. Yes. I'll stop with the heroic voice for the moment. Thank you for watching, and see you next week. Cheers.